Tip number 6, brush up on your math. Now, a lot of students take the SAT their junior and senior years, and many of those students are taking Algebra 2, pre-calculus, even calculus at that level. And the thing that really frustrates a lot of students about the SAT and ACT is not that the math is super duper hard, but is instead, in fact, really low level. It's really the middle school level stuff and the low level algebra stuff that flummoxes people on the SAT and ACT. So my suggestion is go back and brush up on that low level stuff. Fractions and decimals, ratios and proportions, percentage problems. Oh, percentage problems drive people crazy on these tests, not because they're super hard, because you haven't worked on them 3, 4, maybe even 5 years. So brush up on that math. Tip number 7, timing. Take that first SAT or ACT earlier than you think you're supposed to. You know, if you're a senior, and you haven't done it, it's a little late actually to get started, and you only have a few test dates left. Even if you're a junior, most juniors wait until spring. I suggest starting a little earlier. Remember, those March and May SAT dates and those February and April ACT dates are super crowded. Millions of students are taking these tests in the spring. So rather than that, maybe take one in the fall of your junior year. Not too far away from when you took the PSAT or pre-ACT. That way you're taking a test date that's not as crowded. There's a lot fewer students taking the tests in the fall, and many of them are seniors doing it for their 3rd, 4th, maybe even 5th time, so they're not as nervous. So the tension is a lot lower in an earlier test date. You're a junior, you get one under your belt, get all the nerves out, and then you have those spring test dates to really practice what you've learned in your prep classes and show some improvement. So take it a little early. Tip number 8, the calculator. Now, both tests, the SAT and the ACT, have math sections, and you're allowed to use the calculator on any math question on the ACT, and there's an entire section that lets you use a calculator on the SAT. But the thing is, you want to make sure that this calculator is a tool that's helping you instead of an obstacle to your success. So first off, I recommend using either the calculator that you've been using for years in math class. We're talking that TI-84, TI-83 that you use every day in math class, or a special simple calculator, which is all you really need, that you purchased and practiced with just for the SAT or ACT. Make sure that it's a calculator with which you are super familiar on test day. And more importantly, make sure it's got new batteries. There's nothing worse than being in the middle of the test and your battery dies. Or better yet, if you're gonna get one of those little cheapy $10 calculators, get one that's solar. That way the lights in the room are powering your calculator and you don't even need to worry about a battery. So make sure that calculator is helping you, not hurting you. Tip number 9, the night before. The SAT, the ACT, they happen on a Saturday most of the time. You're up at crack of dawn on a day where you normally sleep in, you're rushing to get to a school, and it may not be your school. I mean, sure, the biggest high schools are hosting the SAT and ACT, but what if you go to a small high school, a charter school, a private school? You might be going to a local public school where you're not really familiar with the layout, where you're supposed to go, the people there. So it's very stressful. One of the things you can do to reduce stress is get a really good night's sleep the night before the test. It's a Friday night, you're used to going out with your friends, watching a movie, go out with your girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. Take the night off. Take the night off. Go to bed early, get a good night's sleep, and make sure when you wake up in the morning, you have plenty of time to get where you need to go, plenty of time to shower, have breakfast, get your stuff together, your calculator, your pencil, your pass, whatever you need to get there and be successful. Get a good night's sleep. Tip number 10, ask for help. No 3 more important words in the entire English language, in my opinion. Ask for help. There are plenty of people out there who want to help you do better. We're going to start with your parents. Probably your parents are your biggest cheerleaders. They want to help you, and if they can't help you prep because they haven't done this in so long, they can at least help you maybe find a class or find someone who can help you prep. There is that guidance counselor or college counselor at your school. They're going to be able to make some suggestions or point you in the right direction. Plenty of teachers also do tutoring on the side, whether through the school or on their own if it's allowed in that town or state. And there's lots of independent tutors and tutoring centers. I know I work at one, and they can give you the help you need. Now, of course, paying for tutoring does cost, so there are options available that are free, online programs, Khan Academy for the SAT, for example, but they require a lot of self-motivation, and not everybody, even the most advanced student, has that for test prep. So getting a tutor and getting some help can be the key to giving yourself a big jump in your scores so you can achieve your goals. So, ask for help. Well, those are the top 10 tips for the SAT and ACT. I hope you're having a wonderful holiday season. I know I am. And if you enjoyed what you saw, or you have any questions, please feel free to leave some comments below, whether you're seeing this video on YouTube or on Facebook. They always have a place for comments below, and we're going to check them out, answer any questions, and maybe we'll do some follow-up videos based on your questions. If you like what you're seeing or hearing, if you're listening to this as a podcast, please star, heart, fave, whatever the listening or watching app of choice that you're using lets you do. You can always reach out to us. We have a Twitter feed. It's called @LiviusPod. It used to be called @EndeavorPod, so you can look that up on Twitter. You can add us, you can message us, ask us questions, and maybe we'll make a video about what you have to do, or just tell us we're doing a good job. And of course, please remember to subscribe. That way you get our videos and audio podcasts right away, and that way you can see what's going on in the world of college prep, college applications, high school math, anything you need to know about, we're here to make videos about it. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, let's keep learning.